what's happening, folks? We have Mrs. Poet in the house.
Hello.
Say hello.
Hi.
Ah, fantastic. Hey, we're talking about how to do Christmas well so you're not getting all just completely broke, frazzled, worn out.
Yeah.
And we've got some really good advice for you. So for us, Christmas is a time about rest. It's about recentering. It's about looking at the year gone by, planning for the year ahead.
Giving, serving, worshiping.
Fantastic. You won't accidentally stumble upon a happy, holly, Merry Christmas. And so this is us hitting you with a little bit of knowledge. I guarantee you it's going to be edifying and good for you. So yeah, let's tune in. And without further ado, Mrs. Poet, what is some good advice you can give all of our listeners here?
I think the first really hard thing of the holidays is busyness. Don't sign yourself up for so many activities, so many parties, so many things you think at the last minute, oh, I can take the kids to that. We could probably fit this in and that too. And before you know it, you're running around, you're stressed out, you're grumpy at each other because you've got to be in too many places every day. And before you know it, you turn around and it's Christmas. And I think we should talk about stewarding the season well with time, money, priorities.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
For years, we would do like 5 different Christmas parties all throughout the month of December.
Family parties. We drive around the whole state and be thoroughly worn out. So now I think it can be wise, maybe ask if some of your family can come to you for a party or two, or maybe just choose a couple that are really important and maybe mail gifts to the others. But also, you know, with clubs and activities you're involved in, I don't think you have to go to every single Christmas event they host, right?
Yeah, our difficulty was all the stuff we'd go to were good things, right? And when we were at them, we enjoyed them, and it's great. And how do you say no to family or to friends? And ultimately, you just have to. You have to say no to some of the good stuff and just keep a couple great ones, because we've got our boys, we're raising kids. We're not developing our own family traditions. We're not making, Christmas our own to focus on stuff. Instead,
when you're running around,
we're running around to all this other stuff. So eventually we just had to say no. We say yes to a couple things, and that means maybe this year we'll do this one thing and next year we'll do something else. But I want to be at my own house for Christmas. I want a leisurely morning, and I want to set kind of my own traditions as well of what we do.
Traditions is excellent. Decide a few things that you want to look forward to every year and make sure that you build up the excitement about those things. So for instance, we're kind of late this year, but we're going to get our Christmas tree tonight. We buy a real one every year. Some people do the drive-through Christmas lights, drinking hot chocolate. Some people go to their church's Christmas choir and things like that. So decide like a few main things that are really important to you and make sure you fit those in and do those each year instead of trying to do all the things.
Tradition's awesome. Miss Poet, every year on Christmas, the day before and the day after, makes epic breakfasts for all of us. And then she just goes all nuts. She's going to give me multiple guns this year for Christmas, right?
Oh. I have to talk to Sportsman's Guide about that.
Hey, look at that.
We'll see.
Shop Sportsman's Guide. They didn't sponsor this video. Use code WARPOET to start saving. Now, I can't not say the thing once you start me on it. So how about that? You're welcome. Very good. What else are some stuff when it comes to holiday? That was a really big one.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd like to get in there and say one of spending, overspending. We want to be giving around Christmas time. Yes. We're keenly aware and interested as individuals and our whole family, kind of our culture of what is the season really about. And for me, it's about Jesus' birthday, big deal to me, to Miss Poet. And we want to be able to give in light of that, because I think that you're never more like Jesus than when you're giving. That's what my pastor says. So anyway, we want to be able to give, and that means avoiding the trap of buying some little $10 trinket for the 12 different cousins twice removed that you see every year for 5 minutes while you talk about the weather. They didn't like that present. When you get the little stockings, you normally don't like that either. We're just running up the bill on Christmas to make it really, really stressful. You feel broke. You feel depleted, and you're not giving it all too. It's like we've all fallen in to all these just different shopping centers guides to go and spend yourself to the bone, and you get really stressed out. You have fights and stuff, and so avoid all that. If you're doing Christmas parties with family, just do the the elephant gift exchange where you're
Maybe. Yeah, draw names.
draw names and you just buy for one person, and so everyone gets one really good gift, and you stop all the 30 trinkets that are just going to fill up junk drawers in your house. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else?
Another idea you can do that we've done lately, and my friends have talked about it too, is 3 gifts for your children. So just limit it to 3. Instead of asking them to write a long list of what they want for Christmas, think about 3 good things, maybe a few smaller things too they could unwrap, instead of just a pile of 10 or 20 gifts per kid. I think is actually the national norm. Kids open a million presents on Christmas, and they don't need it.
Kids are spoiled anyway, Roger. They really are. They have too many toys.
Kids these days.
And even if you say that, hey, we're, poor, I'm like, hey, if you live in the United States, you're in the top 1% of the world in terms of wealth. So don't make yourself worse during the holidays, and don't give your kids a bunch of attention stealers.
Yeah.
Not attention stealers. Creativity stealers.
Creativity, thieves of imagination. So what is stealing? The lights, the sounds, the crazy electronics, toys, when really kids just need to be outside or using their imagination. But that's a whole nother video. You can check that out on the archives.
Yeah.
But something else to get excited about, if you want to bless your family with gifts and time, you want to bless your kids. But what you were saying with giving, why not get really excited about, instead of just, what can I buy this year? How much can I give away?
Yeah.
So you can even set a budget or just a list of, okay, I could give this here, that there. We were talking about even just giving cookies to the fire station. We did that last year. We're going to do it this year. Taking a big platter of cookies to police or firemen or emergency services.
So we'll do that.
Yeah. So you can just spend a few dollars, spend some time, and let the servicemen know that you love them, or drop them off for the troops programs, things like that.
We just got back from our own family missions trip. Once a year, we take the family on our own little private missions trip and did some good work. We were able to rest and do a little vacation in there, so that was one thing.
Vacation in the city, let me make that clear.
Yeah. So we were, it wasn't like we weren't on beaches or anything.
No.
But another thing is we are trying to, we give to church and everything as a normal just habit of life, but I want a special Christmas offering as well, something that's outward focusing and that we're helping. I know Warrior Post Society, we're always benevolently giving, and that's something that's built into the DNA of the company. So we're individually giving, and we're giving as a company as well, supporting all kinds of different causes and orphanages and Warrior's Heart and 2A stuff, all kinds of stuff. So we're trying to be generous as well, and have taken on quite a bit of stuff there. So anyway, try to be generous and not fall into the consumerism trap and the running around, being hectic, stressed out. Suicide jumps way high, and domestic violence jumps way high during the holidays as well. And it doesn't need to, doesn't have to. So let's be smarter on how we do Christmas. What else? I'm thinking of one for the kids.
Yeah.
That would be very upsetting to everyone.
What?
And if you got kids, little kids tuning in, I'll give you a moment to cover their ears because I'm about to let the cat out of the bag. And that's all the time you get. Santa Claus. Hey, check it out.
Easy on the jolly old man.
And Santa Claus is fun. I get it. But we have a problem on this. And by the way, we're not judging your household or how you do stuff. But I did want to give you an offer of caution, because a lot of people, because it's such just kind of a fun, innocent little thing of like, hey, what did Santa bring you? And I don't want to be the killjoy guy of like, there's no Santa Claus.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think, not to be that guy too much, but you're lying to your children. There's no Santa. You're lying. You're a liar. Be careful. I know it's an innocent kind of lie, but an innocent lie can even still be a lie. And what I worry about isn't, necessarily the legalism to, hold that over your head. It's the one day your kids will find out that's not true. And then they'll look and be like, well, what else might not be true? Perhaps what you've been telling me theologically is not true either. And so all of a sudden they realize that there's this great deception that everyone's in on. And what deception to what end?
Great deception.
Of like, no, I bought this for you. Be grateful to us. We deserve that gratitude. That's good.
I think it can also be just a distraction. My opinion is the God we serve is worth all of our attention, so why not give it all to Him? Christmas is completely and all about Him and our household. And there's Elf on the Shelf, which is a fun thing people do the elf leads to Santa, but we have the shepherd on the search is a fun alternative.
It's like the Shasta Cola alternative to Coke.
It is the Shasta Cola. So instead of hiding the elf, we have the shepherd. They named him Sheppy. Pretty predictable.
Very good. And if we didn't have Sheppy, we'd probably just play Elf on the Shelf. That's a fun little game. We're not a Killjoy house. Our kids are running around having fun. They're not oppressed. We're just focusing on some of the healthy stuff and trying not to lie to them in the process.
Yes.
Again, if you're like, hey, I don't think it's great, you get to do whatever you want.
Our kids aren't going to tell your kids. They know not to tell your kids.
Yeah. Santa Claus really was a dude. It was St. Nicholas of Myra. He was a 3rd century bishop. And we tell him that, no, he was an anonymous gift giver of the 3rd century, a really good dude.
He loved Jesus.
Loved Jesus. He was a bishop. And so anyway, he's super dead now. And anyway, now anything you get comes from us. It's from us. And so, very good, yeah. So,
what about any type of like daily reading of Advent? Something to center what you're focusing on?
Yeah, what about that? So there's we read the Advent, so that's a fun thing. We like to have fires and, home fires and decorate and lots of Christmas jazz. And then we try to annoy...
Jazz flute?
We avoid the obnoxious songs. So I told Miss Poet we had 2 Alvin and the Chipmunk songs this year. I'll listen to it twice. And on the if I hear the third, I'm going to snap. I'm just start breaking stuff.
Or the Elvis.
Or the
Elvis is killing me this year.
So Christmas jazz will be fantastic.
Yeah.
Right now I'm thinking of all the Christmas songs that annoy you, and I'm just going to play them all the time. Very good. All right, anyway, guys, hope this has been edifying for you. Let's be smart about how we do the holiday season so that we break into the new year and have some healthier habits and we come in rested. That's kind of what this is about for me as well, of filling up on family time, rest, do life better. And there you go. You want to sign us off?
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
Veronica Corningstone. Stay classy. Stay classy.
Yep.
Train hard, train smart. We'll see you next year. Later.